Ever get that feeling of déjà vu? That nagging suspicion you've seen something before but can't quite place it? That's the feeling I get with Mindseye. Hailed as the next big thing from a former Grand Theft Auto producer, this game promised a revolutionary single-player experience. A sprawling, futuristic city, a gripping narrative, and high-octane action. But what we got, well, that's a more complicated story. To truly understand where Mindseye went wrong, we need to look at its three deadly sins. The issues that combine to create an experience that can be at times infuriating. First, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say the eldritch horror stretching into the sky where a pigeon used to be. The technical state of this game at launch wasn't just bad, it was a disaster. We're talking about more than just funny visual glitches. We're talking about mission-breaking bugs that halt your progress entirely, forcing a full restart. We're talking about corrupted save files, erasing hours of your life. And the performance, still pretty bad. The community forums are a war zone of crash reports and bug threads. The developers have promised fixes and patches are slowly rolling out, but for many, the first impression has been irrevocably soured. A game this ambitious should never have launched in this state. But even if this game ran like a dream, you'd quickly run into the second sin. The gameplay feels like a relic from a bygone era. The core combat loop is shockingly basic. You take cover, you pop out, you shoot. That's it. There's no tactical depth, no advanced movement options like a dodge or slide, and astonishingly, no dedicated melee attack. You're a high-tech soldier who apparently forgot how to throw a punch. The enemy AI does little to help, often running directly at you or getting stuck on level geometry, turning what should be tense encounters into a shooting gallery. The mission design is equally uninspired, boiling down to a repetitive cycle of go to location, shoot everyone, press a button. It lacks the dynamism and creativity we've come to expect from modern action titles. It's a sturdy, but ultimately hollow foundation. And that brings us to the third and perhaps most heartbreaking sin. The world itself. The city of Redrock is an artistic triumph, a sprawling, neon-drenched metropolis that looks incredible. But it's a facade. A beautiful, empty shell. Despite the illusion of a vast open world, Mindseye is a strictly linear experience. You are constantly funneled down narrow corridors disguised as city streets. There is no meaningful exploration, no side activities, no secrets to uncover. The citizens are mindless automatons who don't react to you. The shops are just set dressing you can't enter. It creates a profound sense of ludonarrative dissonance. The story tells you about a living, breathing city on the brink, but the gameplay shows you a lifeless diorama. It's a world I desperately wanted to explore, but the game simply wouldn't let me. But, and this is a huge but, it's not all doom and gloom. If you can weather the storm of technical issues and forgive the dated gameplay, Mindseye has a heart. And that heart beats with a powerful, compelling rhythm. This story is without a doubt the game's crowning achievement. You play as Jacob Diaz, a former soldier piecing together a shattered memory in a city run by duplicitous corporations. Yes, it's a familiar premise, but the execution is superb. The narrative is mature, multi-layered, and filled with genuinely shocking twists. It explores fascinating themes of identity, memory, and what it means to be human in a world where technology can rewrite your soul. This is all brought to life by phenomenal voice acting.
Jake! Yo! Jake! Hey! Easy. You alright?
Yeah, man. I'm fine.
And cinematic direction that is, at times, breathtaking.
The character models and facial animations in the cutscenes are industry-leading, conveying subtle emotion that make you truly care about the characters and their fates. And let's go back to that world for a second. While you can't explore it freely, the art direction is god tier. It nails a unique mid-future aesthetic. Not quite flying cars everywhere, but a grounded, believable evolution of our own world. The architecture, the advertising, the fashion, it all works together to create a cohesive and immersive vision. The lighting, in particular, is an art of work, with volumetric fog and neon reflections creating screenshot-worthy moments around every corner. And you can't talk about the atmosphere without mentioning the soundtrack. It is an absolute banger, a juicy synth-heavy masterpiece that perfectly blends futuristic melancholy with art-pounding action cues. It elevates every single moment, papering over some of the gameplay cracks with sheer auditory bliss. This is a soundtrack I will be listening to for years to come. So, we return to the ultimate question. Should you buy Mindseye? After sinking dozens of hours into its beautiful, broken world, my answer is a very complicated and very conditional yes. Let me break it down for you. If you are a gameplay first player, someone who values tight controls, flawless performance, and deep mechanics above all else, do not buy this game right now. It will only frustrate you. Wait 6 months, maybe even a year. Let the developers patch it into the state it should have been in at launch. However, if you are a story-first gamer, someone who is willing to tolerate some serious jank in exchange for a world-class narrative and breathtaking atmosphere, if you're the kind of person who loved games like the original Nier or Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines despite their flaws, then you might just find a flawed masterpiece here. It's a game that feels like it was released too early, a diamond that desperately needs more polishing. But underneath all that grime and grit, there's a glimmer of something truly special. A story that will stick with you long after the credits roll. But that's just my take. The experience of Mindseye is proving to be incredibly divisive, and I want to hear from you. Have you played it? Did you find a masterpiece or a mess? Let me know your story in the comments below. Let's have the discussion.
These robots aren't responding to instructions, so they need to be deactivated immediately.